on the side of Bella Vista, which heads towards California. From this roadside, that there's a whole bunch of little dugout areas in these mountains. So I thought, what better place to start a video? I'm heading out to Ash Meadows National Wildlife Refuge right now, so I'm gonna keep heading down the road. And yeah, I just thought I saw this road down here, so I may as well take it. And it keeps going for, gosh, I don't even know how far, but it goes a ways. I don't know, I try to follow some of these, but it's just a maze. Some of these just go forever and interconnect with other trails and other trails. So, but I just wanted to stop and say good morning. It's another beautiful day in, well, I don't even know. This isn't even really a township. I'm in the middle of nowhere. So I did some climbing up here. This is really jagged and steep, but it's worth the climb. It's pretty safe. You can hold on to things on the way up. Okay, I'm gonna keep heading down the road. I'm gonna go to Ash Meadows. I just wanted to cruise down this road a little bit and check out some of this mountain range. And I will be right back with you. Thanks.
Give it to me like...
Alright guys, now I'm in Ash Meadows Point of Rock. This is where all the little pup fish are. This is a little source pool. This is like, I think it's around 90 degrees or something like that, but this is where all these little ancient fish live, way down in this little hot spring, or warm spring really. There's a ton of tiny little fish in here. There's blue ones, those are the males, and then the brown ones are the females. And they say they hatch about 100 of these guys every single year, because apparently they're not able to keep up with their reproduction. So they kind of help them out, and you can see them they're just thriving in there. So this is where people from all over the world come. I just came from the information center, and there was tons of people from like out of the country, Germany, Switzerland, all over the place. So they come out in the middle of nowhere to check out these prehistoric fish. There's all kinds of wildlife. There's birds flying around all over the place. Saw a couple road runners, some quail. Some people hunt out here. I saw kind of down the road here. I think it was in the fall time I was here, and there's like probably a 15-person team of shotgun hunters. So you can definitely hunt out here too. You got all the right permits, things like that. So anyways, yeah, this is a great view. Can't beat it. It just keeps on going on and on. You never know what you're gonna find when you're out on the boardwalk. Also, you're gonna see a lot of wildlife around here. And right now there's a tiny little lizard down here. Right, see him? It's a tiny little lizard. These are the kind of lizards you're going to see all over in the desert. These things are very plentiful, and they thrive in these dry climates. Also, when you're out in the middle of nowhere, you might hear a coyote. It's only like 3 in the afternoon, but they're out here. I'm surprised to hear a coyote howling so early in the day, because usually they're pretty nocturnal. But he must be hungry. He's looking for his buddy or something like that. Yeah, Ash Meadows. Come check it out. There's all kinds of wildlife around here. The signs on the side said this is a quiet zone. So this is for bird watching. And they have there's like a gazebo. There's all kinds of great spots. If you're up for looking for any kind of wildlife. As you can see, they got, let's see, oh, they have screw beans. They have all kinds of things that grow here. Mesquite trees, honey mesquite. So all these signs, they flip around. One side's in English and the other sign is in El Español. Okay, I'm just gonna keep heading down the boardwalk here. You never know what you're gonna find or come across, for that matter. I don't think I've ever been out this far, and this is like well maintained. It's just a nice summer day. Oh my gosh. There's a creek back here. There's creeks all over the place back here. Oh, it's right down here. Check this out. I'm walking right on top of a creek. Yeah, it's right there. That's neat. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of just... I can't believe how much water comes out of the ground around here. For being in Nevada, this is very unexpected, really. Usually when you're in the desert, you're just thinking, oh gosh, there's no water, there's no nothing. And that's kind of true. You can't, I mean, not many people own a boat around here. So there's always, you're gonna make do with what you got. And fortunately, I have a motorcycle, so I can do a whole bunch of just off-roading to these cool locations. And they put in these nice little bridges everywhere. Seems like they're all handmade. Got a lot of detail into them. And underneath here is a nice warm spring, or a warm creek, I believe this would be. So this is crystal clear water right in the middle of nowhere. Also at Ash Meadows, they have observation centers. So you can just check out the grand view of this huge valley like this. And the view next to this observation center is just fantastic. I mean, you can see like forever away. And this is a really nice view. So they got these nice little binoculars here. I was just checking them out. How big these are. They don't really say how far they go. Maybe you can see a little bit better. There's the top of the mountains through a telescope at Ash Meadows. That's pretty cool. If I can keep my phone straight, it'd be even better. But that's about the best you can get through a Galaxy 21 Note Plus through some big old binoculars. Look at that, huh? All right. Well, I'm gonna keep heading down the road. I just never stopped at this observation little, I don't even know what this is. It's just a little observation place where you can just check out the hills and see everything that's around. So I noticed there is like an old-timey mine up here, right over there. That'd be pretty neat to go kind of check that out too. But they say to stay on the trails. So I'm gonna stay on the trails for YouTube. But if I wasn't on YouTube, I'd probably still stay on the trails. So there's no reason to break the rules. Plus there's like cameras around here too. Oh, another important thing is at dark, every sign, wherever there's a gate, there's like main roads, and then there's like little roads that take you off to places like this. But there are big metal gates that close at dusk or dark, so just don't get locked in here unexpectedly. Although it probably wouldn't be so bad anyways. But they do check to make sure people aren't camping out here. So you got to take your camping somewhere else, apparently. Unlike when I was at Kofa National Wildlife, that was in Arizona, just south of Quartzsite. They have a huge wildlife refuge there, and people were camping way out in the middle of nowhere, like all the time. So it didn't seem like, it just depends on which national wild refuge you are at. And it's good to just get some information if you can camp or not, because you don't want to get that awkward knock on the door at 10 o'clock at night saying, hey, get the heck out of here. So just something to consider. And here I am rounding. Oh my gosh, something just jumped back there. So if you come out here to Ash Meadows on a weekday, that's probably your best option, because I came out here on a Sunday one time and this whole parking lot was just full of people, dude, like everywhere. There was buses, tons of people from like out of the country, really. There's a lot of people from Europe that come out here just to check out some of this stuff because they fly into Vegas real cheap. But just something to consider if you want some serenity in the middle of the desert at a really cool location, really, because they have all kinds of stuff put everywhere. There's, bathrooms, you got all kinds of recycling stuff. So there's plenty of things to enjoy when you're out in the middle of nowhere by yourself. So just keep that in consideration. Check it out on a weekday. So like, I've never heard wildlife ever back here because there's always like usually lots of people making noises and talking and all kinds of stuff scaring animals away. But that was the first time I ever heard a coyote out here, especially howling in the middle of the day. I've never heard a coyote howling in the middle of the day. Usually it's like right at dusk. That's when they start waking up. But yeah, if you come out on a weekday, that's probably your best bet to see the beauty of nature. All right, next stop on our trip through Ash Meadows. We are at Andrew Jackson Longstreet's cabin. He was a bad dude, okay? This guy, he murdered like 5 people. And then he moved out here, hiding out in the middle of the desert. And in his free time, he would raise horses and he'd climb around in the mountains, way out there, looking for gold and silver or whatever just to pay his bills. So this is a pretty interesting story. Here's this dude, he's about as bad as he can be. And he bought this property. Here's some more little information here, if you want to pause the video and read it. But it's really interesting. So he sold this place for $30,000 way back in the day, which was a small fortune. And then he never put it in the bank, which was a good thing because in 1907 all the banks failed. But anyways, some of the wildlife that you're going to see out here is the gamble quail, the northern pintail, speckled rattlesnakes, and a couple bobcats possibly here and there. I know there's mountain lions up here too. And then there's tons and tons of like butterflies, and there's all kinds of just dragonflies. There's a lot of different types of plants growing out here too. I'd have to say Andrew Jackson was probably made a pretty good idea moving out here. I mean, you got these huge rocks just out in the middle of nowhere, and his cabin's right around the other side of this hill here. So I'm gonna keep walking. This is really amazing. I love these rocks. You know how much it would cost if you had to rent a crane and have that delivered to your house nowadays? Look, they're still big and I'm so far away from them. So anyways, I got this fantastic boardwalk everywhere you look, or everywhere you stop, you're gonna be walking on a boardwalk. So they've got like, could you imagine if you had to build all this boardwalk? What a great job that would be, just working in the desert. And the BLM hires people to do that too. If you want to get a job at the BLM, sometimes you can get jobs just building stuff like this. Okay, I made it to Jack's cabin here. It's pretty nice looking. It's got stones on the top. It's really quiet out here on the inside. Him and his second wife, Susie, back in, what is it, the early 1890s? They lived here for about 4 years. And then there's a flash flood. And then all of this was reduced to rubble. So then I guess they took all the pictures that they had and then they restored this back in 2006. So this is old Jack's cabin. So that was pretty neat. They got the old beams going through the ceiling top. Nice big window. I like that they restore a lot of these things, because there's a couple other spots too. There's another like cabin way on the other side of this park, and they restored that one too, because I think that one was majorly damaged too. So this is Jack's stone cabin. And over in Jack's backyard, Jack knew this place because there was a spring back here, and it flows about 16 gallons per second out of here. And it's just a deep hole. Sometimes, last time I was out here, you could see like little bubbles coming out of the bottom, and it kind of flows down towards the highway. So this is kind of a cooler spring. Okay, this one's right around 78 degrees compared to warm springs up the road here. That one with the pup fish in it, that one's like around 93 degrees, tops 91, 93 degrees. So there's all kinds of just wildlife around here. Birds flying around. There's all kinds of stuff. There's a big bird's nest over there. But I definitely think Jack had the right idea. Moving way out in the middle of nowhere like this, it doesn't get any more scenic than this. Could you imagine if you lived out here? This would be perfect. You got like a bubbling creek, fresh water source straight out of the ground, and then you got this sweet cabin down in the lowlands, and really you can't see a whole lot because you're just way down in the bottom here. So enough of my babbling. I'm gonna keep heading down the road and just check out what else there is. Alrighty, I'm down here at Devil's Hole right now, and if you get here at a certain time, like I'm here at 2 o'clock right now, and the sun is actually making it down into this canyon, which I've never seen before, but this water is extremely blue. Usually I see it when it's in the shade. So this is where the 6-foot waves come crashing out of here whenever there's an earthquake anywhere in the world. So this is somehow interconnected to pretty much every waterway in the world, apparently. They do have a lot of monitoring equipment down here, so they can measure all the wave heights, all the dates when it happened, all that stuff. And somehow I wish, in a lesser populated area right now, I wish there was a little earthquake going on, so then I could see this 6-foot wave coming out of here myself. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, they have a lot of instrumentation down here that measures all the water activities, when and if it happens. All right, so I'm just going to keep heading down the road, and this is Ash Meadows around 2 in the afternoon. That's when the sunlight hits the water. So come on out. It's definitely a better view instead of when it's in the shade, because now you can see like all the way down. At least, I don't even know. It just goes straight down, it seems, because it looks like I can see at least 10 or 20 feet straight down. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, come check it out sometime if you're ever at Ash Meadows. This is a great place just a neat place. All right, here we are still in Ash Meadows. I'm right around the corner from Devil's Hole, which is right around the corner here, about maybe 500 yards. And I walked up this mountain. There's like a little tiny trail you can take off to the right side if you're coming at Devil's Hole. And you come up the side of this hill and you see this huge rusty cage from the roadside. And it's really cool. I mean, they probably dropped this in with like a helicopter, probably. This thing is gigantic, and it's protecting. And this rusty cage is protecting this gigantic hole in the ground. I don't know how deep that goes. You can't really see inside of it too well. But I just thought this is a cool place to check out. Here's the top of it. It's got this huge door above this other opening here. No, I think it's connected to that other one. It's down over this way. All right, straight down. I wonder if I can get right on top of it right here. That's a good photo. That's like looking straight down. So that'd be fun if you could throw a rope down there and you could climb to your heart's content. But I thought I'd just stop. I saw this huge rusty cage and I was wondering, what is this thing? So everything's welded shut and nice and sturdy like the BLM always does. When you find something cool in the middle of the desert, they usually cover it up with a whole bunch of steel. So this is my little video tour of this rusty cage on the side of the mountain. All right, I'm gonna head down the road. I'll be right back. Okay, now I am out at the Crystal Reservoir, and this is just a huge lake out here in Ash Meadows, and there's all kinds of like storks. People go fishing out here, non-motorized kind of boats, of course. So you got to have like a paddle boat or a kayak or something like that to get out there. But I've seen like other people like hunting too. Since I'm out here, I just wanted to kind of walk around and enjoy this flat piece of beachfront property. So if I turn the camera around, you can see this thing goes, I don't know how many square acres this is, but it's probably easily, gosh, I don't know, at least 20, 40 square acres, maybe, something like that. It goes way down that way, and it really just spreads out all over the place. There's like little creeks coming out of everywhere, and it's just really nice area if you like the desert as much as I do. I just thought I'd kind of check it out and keep on heading down the road. This is Crystal Reservoir, another beautiful area to explore in Ash Meadows. All right, I'm right outside the Ash Meadows Information Center, and they have like just a wealth of information inside of here. And they have like a boardwalk out back. They got snacks, bathrooms, mementos, stickers, t-shirts, all kinds of. Check it out for yourself. Also, when you're poking around Ash Meadows, you might run into just some old shacks, just busted old shacks in the middle of nowhere. And I thought I'd just stop and check this one out, because you can see like it's got a nice tin roof on it. Look at the craftsmanship they put into some of this stuff. So I thought I'd just stop, check it out. Here's the inside. It's got a really low roof. Look how low this roof is. Look how short these people used to be. And then the floor used to be like way up high. I wonder if this was for animals or something like that. It's got really nice. You can tell the structural integrity of this place was a little less than good. These nice square barn beams they're using, it's probably the strongest thing in here. But they use, oh, this thing's almost falling over. You can see it's got a little bit of a bend to it, but not too bad. Yeah, just another little stop in Ash Meadows. You never know what you're going to find. There's no information on this. I was kind of looking, and that's what it says. Archaeological site. But it doesn't really say too much else, other than no camping. There's a lot of people that try and squat out here, so they're constantly trying to kick people out. So you can't technically camp in Ash Meadows, but you can camp all over on the outskirts, which is pretty much the same exact thing. It's just flatness, and it's just perfect, really. If you love camping, Ash Meadows area is just fantastic because you got like water, and it's just beautiful. It's nothing too high, and you're surrounded by all these great mountains. That's west, and here there's just tons of mountains all over the place. So I thought I would just stop at this cool little shack and check it out, because I have no idea. I don't have any information on it, but I thought it was really cool. And it's right on the side of the road. So if you come to Ash Meadows, come check out this old shack. Okay, that concludes my nickel tour of Ash Meadows. So don't forget to like and subscribe, because these videos just don't happen overnight, that's for sure. It took almost 2.5 days to make this video. show some support and like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. Thank you very much. You guys keep having a great day. I'm just out walking my dog Stu, the Alaskan Malamute. So you can see, hey Stu, you say hi to the camera. Okay, so anyways, you guys keep having a great day. Have a great weekend. I'm gonna keep making some videos of this area. You guys take care. Much love. Thanks.